Today, we've come to tell you something very serious.
You can't even keep a straight face for like 5 minutes.
I never said I was good at acting. So this is Hannah and this is Chloe, and we're going to talk about serious stuff.
You're wrong.
Yeah. Have you ever wondered about how the three of us met each other?
Probably not, to be honest. That's real.
Well, it's an interesting tale. Over to you. Just kidding.
We met in the like best time of our lives in a psychiatric hospital. Sorry.
So, we have come to get rid of stereotypes and tell you what being in hospital is really like, not what it's like in films or what Hannah tells you is like 'cause she gets it wrong. I got there and a week later-ish, then Chloe got there and she looked kind of scary, so I tried to give her a peace offering of this book. And ever since then we've been friends. The first day I didn't speak to you because 2 people came at the same time and that was just too stressful for me.
Too much.
The second day when we went on the grounds walk, I was like, do you like Doctor Who?
Because like the people there, they see you in like your worst times, and they know things about you that like other people in your life have never known, and then I don't know, you just make really close friends.
Yeah, I guess it's because you're at such a vulnerable point in your life, and you're at like the lowest point. Obviously, you can't get much lower than being in a psychiatric hospital, but like, and everyone's sort of going through it at the same time, and they know exactly what kind of stuff.
Then some days on the ward would be really like when everyone was kind of in a good mood, and then we'd all like play hide and seek or something.
Yeah.
But then there were days where
because that's the only place to hide.
Yeah.
There were other days where like nearly everyone was not having a good time.
And I think you get so influenced by the ward in general. Like the ward has its own like mood of itself. Like if the ward can either be like it's like a good day for the ward, or like suddenly it will all crash and everyone will just be having incidents, but like need to go on one-to-one, like things like that. It's crazy.
Yeah.
If you don't know what one-to-one is where a member of staff has to be with you at all times.
Yeah.
Because that's another thing. There is like a lingo that is. There's things like, oh yeah, did you take a PRN, or like, are you on one-to-one, like arm's reach. Like there are so many different words. There's like lingo that you have to pick up. It's
creating our own languages.
Called PRN prunes. I feel like some of my best memories are from hospital. Well, some of my worst, and also some of my best. Because
that's so true.
Yeah.
Whenever I was upset, quite a few people, including you, would write me letters, which was really nice.
Oh yeah, I've got one of your letters that you wrote.
People would just write each other letters when they saw that someone was going through a hard time.
People were so supportive.
Oh yeah, we should have one-to-one stories.
Yeah, because also people like don't know. They're just. You have to so many. Are we allowed to do this? Yeah,
this is like kids' YouTube channel where we talk about psychiatric hospitals.
You have to go to the toilet and like take a dump, like with someone standing right there, and you've got to be so subtle. You have to like put all this toilet paper down first to make it like padding. And you've got to just like like cough when you're.
There was one staff who was singing "Let It Go" when I was going to the toilet.
And like sometimes if you spent like a long time on the toilet, you'd just be sitting there like, oh my god, they're gonna know I'm having poo. Do you remember when the cleaner walked in on you when you were on the toilet?
Because they have no locks on the doors. Which, whenever the emergency alarm went on, Hannah will do an impression of the alarm.
Is that how it went?
No, it was like
but much louder.
And that will go on like day and night, and you can hear it. It's so loud.
And so we wrote the rap to that, and Hannah would dance as well.
I mean, it's really triggering when the alarm goes off.
Yeah.
You have to make it fun, otherwise people are just going to sit there and then think about it and then think about
what's happening.
Yeah. So you have to like...
Because they only press the alarm when something bad is going down.
like when you hear the alarm, it affects the rest of the ward, especially if it's on your ward, because you become like family, and then if you hear it go off and you know it's someone on the ward, you'll be like, my baby.
Yeah. Another thing is that staff, you get like so attached to staff. Well,
like when they use the flu and you just go.
Yeah, because I think it's because you're at your lowest point, and they're the people that are like caring for you and helping you get through it. And
but we're not allowed to talk to them until 2 years after we've been discharged.
Yeah, they hit me up.
One of the staff taught me stuff on guitar, and that was really cool, and we made a band called Boundaries, because whenever you got too close to staff they would shout boundaries, so we named our band that.
So you have a CPA every 6 weeks, which is like, what is it? You just
a meeting
with there you go.
It's like a meeting with like all the people involved in your care, like your school, and the staff and things like that.
And that's when you see if you can get discharged, isn't it?
Yeah, and they like make a plan. Care plan approach.
Yeah, there you go. Another thing, they read out your incidents that you've had. So if you have an incident where the alarm has had to go off and like help.
They read out so much detail.
They read it out.
And then they talk about
everything.
Boundaries.
They talk about like your showering routine and stuff like that. I'm like, this is not your business.
Exactly, you're just sat there with these people who you don't know, who like think they know what's best for you. And you're just sat there and they're telling people, you know, the like deepest, darkest secrets of your life.
And then you're just sitting there and they're like, is there anything you'd like to add? And
yeah.
Like, no.
You said everything that's ever happened.
So in the CPA report they wrote that I was like, what's it called? Like I was
neglecting.
I was self-neglecting or something.
I had that in my CPA.
But it wasn't because of that. It was because I didn't want to be watched in the shower.
I was just a bit like, oh, I can't be bothered. Like, what's the point in like showering when you just want to die?
By the end of it, though, like when you've been on one-to-one for so long, like if you're on it for a long period of time, you're just like, okay, and
you just like strip, like this is my body,
and then like you don't care about covering up your poo or like Remember when you laid on the ground in the garden and refused to go in for like an hour and it was freezing and you
It was in like December or something, and
you were like so cold, but you just laid there.
It wasn't just me, a few other people were doing it too. And one of them was on one-to-one, so the staff member was really trying to get her to go inside because she didn't want to be outside.
You still have to go to school when you're in hospital. We went to our own little classroom every day.
Yeah. It was so boring. Doing maths and English, but it was okay because then I got to read books and listening to music.
The teachers were really good though. They were like so funny and so supportive. And they could like, some of them spoke to people at your school and they got things for you that you wouldn't have been able to get on your own. Like I got a place in sixth form even though I'd been out of school for like a year.
Oh really?
I got a place at a college as well because of them.
Yeah, they're really helpful. I wasn't even discharged because what happened, I turned 18, so I had to move to an adult ward the day after I was 18 because you're only allowed to be in a child's ward until you're 18. So I moved, and then the adult ward was awful. It was so scary. So I discharged myself. So like I came home really suddenly, and then it was really weird coming home. I don't know, because it's such an intensive like experience. And when you're in hospital, because you're not allowed so many things. Like for me, my clothes were locked away.
Chewing gum.
You're not allowed chewing gum. You're not allowed tapes. You're not allowed
so weird.
shoelaces.
Yeah, having shoes that don't fall off.
And so you're home, and suddenly you've got all this stuff that in hospital is really triggering. And then when you're at home, you've got all this stuff, and it's not that. I don't know. It's weird. And that's why I think in some ways going to hospital might not always be beneficial because it's triggering.
Yeah, because they take away so many things. So.
Yeah, if you immediately associate like shoelaces with a ligature or something.
But like they take things away that you never thought of using before, and then because they take it away, you realise that what you could do, and it just gives you ideas.
And also like you pick up things from other patients. So like if someone does something, then you're like, oh, I can do that, and then you get ideas.
Then when we were decorating cookies, was it you or someone else who drew inappropriate picture. An inappropriate picture on one of the biscuits, and then someone else was coming down the hall, and the activities coordinator just stuffed it in his mouth before the person came.
There's such a funny meme where it's like expectations of a psychiatric hospital is like people in like a straight jacket, and it's like, oh. And then like reality of a psychiatric hospital is like, what do you mean I can't take my blanket to group, Sharon? Like, also something that happens, reality of psychiatric, is that like things happen in front of you, like people will have, I don't know, because you have to be quite ill obviously to be in a hospital, so like people are going off on one right in front of you.
It's not like they can't think, oh, I'm gonna go over here and do what I need to do, because they can't think like that, and it just happens.
Yeah, and then they're not like, oh, I'll shield
and then
everyone
you're
else.
The one that has to like take yourself away.
Once upon a time, in October 2016,
galaxy far, far away.
It was the day after I may or may not have you know
what had
and the next day I heard that we were making Play-Doh, and I knew that Chloe was feeling upset, and so I went to tell her that we were making Play-Doh because I wanted to cheer her up.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I was coming to tell you we were making Play-Doh.
Oh, I would have come if I was not already engaged in something.
Harmful behaviour.
And so I went. She was in this self-soothe room, sensory room
with
all the flashing lights. Chloe was having an incident in there, and
I think I had my neck. I don't know. I had something. I was like,
and it was the first time that I had walked in on something like that. Like obviously some stuff had happened in communal areas, but like because I had walked in almost by myself, I didn't know what to do, so I ran to the nearest staff. I was like, Chloe's in there, let's do something. Yeah, anyway, that night, because I'm still on one-to-one at night.
And then I remember the next day you came and you were like, I've had a revelation.
Yeah. I was still on one-to-one at night, and I was still awake at like midnight, and because I had a revelation that, like, because I had seen what, like, it's like to see someone struggling from the other side. Hello from the other side. And so it made me have a great revelation that, like, you know, I should live. So ever since then I've never ever tried to do something like that ever again, and it was all Chloe.
Our main message, I guess, is that it's not that scary.
Well, it is scary, but you kind of become desensitized to it.
Yeah, that's it.
Because if someone else who has never seen this kind of stuff suddenly saw it, they wouldn't have the same reaction than if we saw it. Yeah. When I think about hospital, I think about how much I've learned, and about the amazing friends that I made, and
some not so amazing friends.
And so I just think about all the things that I learned, and although it wasn't a very pleasant experience, I'm now doing a lot better than I was, so
it makes you like the person.
It definitely,
That's really like cheesy and cliche, but it's so true.
When you're in that position, all you want is like a hug and like someone just to like hug you.
Maybe
and, like,
I didn't.
Oh yeah, okay. Zach doesn't ever like hugs, but okay. But like, I did at least. When like all you want is like a hug and like someone to be like, it's okay, you know, you're gonna get through this. But obviously the staff aren't really allowed to do that, and like, so it's a really, it is a lonely time.
They're like boundaries. Like when you're discharged, everything's just gonna be cured and you're gonna be fine. But like you will have days when you feel really low and you're like relapsed.
Yeah.
But like when I got discharged, I like went back into like being really, really depressed, and I had incidents at home and stuff like that. And then I was just like, oh, it's all gone back to how it was before. But then like it does get better.
It does get better. Well, I mean, I get maybe not for everyone, but
You can't say
sorry, but like I don't know. The reality, that's the reality of mental.
You say psychiatric, people like
freak out.
think like, oh my god,
Yeah.
they're probably like mental,
Yeah.
psycho.
Crazy.
We are okay people. We just have to
Exactly.
see past the hospital admission.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you to Hannah and Chloe
Chloe and Hannah
for being in this very serious video.
You're welcome. Maybe.
So farewell.